Hi, and welcome to the Placemark changelog. This is a quick one because there are just kind of two things that are new this week, but I think they're both pretty cool and useful. All right, so let's dive into them. So one thing about Placemark is that it supports arbitrary data. So if you have your own KML file or GeoJSON file or shapefile, whatever you have, whatever attributes are in it, works with it. So that means that it doesn't require name and description fields, and it kind of supports any attributes that you want. This is great, but it's also really useful to identify things, of course. And you can kind of see this problem in this map. Here I've imported this rivers data set for Europe. And on the left side, we do have this kind of useful list of what geometry types these are, but it would be much better if you could know what their names are. So this is what the label property feature does. So you just click on label, and then you select a label property. I'm going to select name. It's the name of the river. And now on the left side, we can see that all of the rivers that have names have their names listed. So this feature has been around for a little while, but what's new this week is that these labels are also shown on the map. So here, for example, this river, which is the Loire River, has its name on the map. And this is the same for any kind of feature. So if I were to create a point and call this, let's see, Fours, and put this right on this town called Fours, you can see that points are labeled as well. The same goes for polygons and any other kind of geometry. So that's kind of the labeling, which is new and fancy. But the other thing is that the table is totally redesigned. So to pull out the table tab just a little bit, so a lot of updates here. Previously, the table columns were all fixed size, and now they're not only smart about what width they are, but you can also drag them and resize them, so you can kind of customize the table. Geometry is now its own column, which I think is a lot easier to kind of grok. And this UI around selecting features is also new. So you can select individual features just by clicking on them here. You can also select a range of features by clicking on one and then shift-clicking on another one, like that. And then at the top, there's the very familiar kind of select all and deselect all button. Also, adding a new column is a lot more intuitive. On the right side of the table, there's just a plus button, and you can add a new column, my new column, and that adds it to the table. And then you can add new values for that column. And this was also introduced last week, but when you're moving around the table, when you select different rows, the map moves to pan to kind of zoom in to the feature that you have selected. So that's basically it for this week. There are a bunch of other smaller things that I'm not going to go on about, but I'm really happy to just continue shipping improvements week after week and keep the feedback coming. Thank you. Bye.